Hello, I'm Brian Weatherly and welcome to Commercial Motor Television, the exclusive webcast brought to you by the magazine at the very heart of the road transport industry and sponsored by Chevron Global Lubricants. Over the next 3 days, our webcast will bring you the very best of the CV show, the products, the personalities and all the news and views. So if you can't make it to the CV show, don't worry, because we'll bring the show to your PC, whether you're watching in the office or at home. Over the past few years, the CV show has grown to become something of a real powerhouse on the UK trucking scene. And where better to start our webcast than here, in front of the most powerful production line truck in Europe, Volvo's FH16. We're going to be talking to Volvo and all the other manufacturers over the next 3 days. But first, at a time when European truck shows have shown declining numbers, what is it about the CV show at Birmingham that keeps it running and running hard? And is there still enough juice left in the CV show tank? Let's find out. The doors are open, the guests are arriving, we're ready to start the 2006 CV show. And to join us, we have Richard Gibbs, Chairman of the Organising Committee.
This is the 7th CV exhibition since the various shows came together in the year 2000. Every year the show has got bigger and better, and this year is no exception. We have over 660 exhibitors here this week, occupying over 90,000 square metres of hall space. Both those are records for the CV show. We also have 19,000 plus exhibitors pre-registered on our website, and we know of at least 5 international debuts for new vehicles from major truck and van manufacturers. I think those statistics demonstrate that there is certainly plenty of life left in the CV show.
We kicked off Commercial Motor Television in front of this vehicle, Volvo's FH16-660, the most powerful production line truck in Europe. Plenty of performance, just the right kind of power for the job. But the question is, as operators worry more and more about fuel economy, who needs that kind of power? Who needs that kind of performance? To answer those questions, Volvo's Brian Smith.
Here in the UK, it's primarily the heavy haulage industry that are looking for this kind of power level. But it's not just a question of horsepower. You also need a driveline that can transmit that power to the road. And with this new FH16, it's the first time we've been able to use the icheck automated transmission to handle heavy haulage loads, up to and even over 150 tonnes. The big difference here for the heavy haulage industry is the fact that they don't need a torque converter anymore. This is a mechanical transmission, and you haven't got the power losses that you have from a torque converter. And power losses, of course, mean fuel consumption. So it will mean a more economic machine for the heavy haulage industry to run.
Of course, the mighty FH16 isn't the only new Volvo Arctic at this year's NEC. And for those operators looking for a slightly less exotic beast, there's the new FH, powered by the very latest 13-litre D13 engine, available up to 520 horsepower. The new inline 6, which will be offered in both the FM as well as the FH range, already meets the forthcoming Euro 4 emission deadline set for October, thanks to the use of selective catalytic reduction, or SCR, and all Euro 4 Volvo trucks come with an extra AdBlue tank on the chassis. Alongside its new D13 and D9 diesels, Volvo's also updated its popular iShift automatic. The 2-pedal box is now not only faster and smoother shifting, it's also more intelligent too. And when you put it together with the new D13 engine, you have a very efficient and highly drivable truck. From one powerhouse to another, DAF Trucks, runaway market leader in 2005, not just overall above 3.5 tonnes, but in every single market sector in which it competed. And it's showing every sign of keeping that market leadership in 2006. DAF is using the 2006 NEC show as the launch platform for its Euro 4 range, including this new XF105. For Euro 4, it's committed to selective catalytic reduction. Why is that? We're asking Tony Payne from DAF Trucks.
Well, the truth is, Brian, that we believe that SCR provides the most economic route to the new emission levels, and that's particularly in fuel consumption. But there's an added benefit of SCR, and that's that we can achieve both Euro 5 and Euro 4 at the same time. So whilst there's no direct incentives at the moment for Euro 5, as soon as that happens, then anybody who already looks to Euro 5 can achieve that sort of level now without perhaps paying the penalties that may come in from low emission zone, etc.
The XF105 isn't the only new truck on the DAF stand at Birmingham either. Its popular fleet offering, The CF85 and CF75 have also been renewed, along with its highly drivable LF range, now from 18 to 7.5 tonnes, which can be ordered with a 6-speed AS-tronic auto gearbox, the ideal package for urban delivery work. And just like their big brother XF, the CF and LF have new PACCAR Euro 4 SCR engines, which are said to offer up to 4% better fuel economy. And inside, there's a new, more inviting interior, which should keep the most discerning of drivers happy. Picture the scene if you will. It's cold, it's dark, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's blowing a gale. Who on earth wants to do a daily driver check in those conditions? And assuming you could, how could you get that information back to base quickly and promptly? Well, with this device, icheck from BRS, you can. And to tell us about it, we have BRS boss James Walker.
Well, at BRS we actually understand operators' needs for our licensing, because we have actually got our own operator licenses ourselves, and we wanted to develop a easy, cost-effective way of making sure all the mandatory checks are being done. So we actually developed TAP and TAP icheck, not only as a cost-effective way, but because we understand the problems of our licensing.
Using that icheck handheld device, the driver can quickly do his daily checks electronically without having to resort to old-fashioned duplicate books. And once he's done them, he can send them back instantly to his traffic office or workshop via a normal mobile phone network, leaving him to get on with the driving and you to get on with finding his next load. icheck has been trialled with operators and it works. And we've been so impressed with it, we've taken a number of units for our road test program. So every commercial motor road test vehicle that hits the road will get an icheck check first. Of all the Japanese manufacturers to compete in the UK, Isuzu has arguably had the greatest impact, not least due to its exceedingly proactive customer care program. Now the company finds itself at something of a crossroads. It wants to put on weight and go above its current 7.5 tonne threshold. How's it going to do that? I'm delighted to say that to tell us how, we have with us Shintani-san, Director and Senior Executive Officer Sales of Isuzu Motors Limited.
We've been very successful in the past few years, from 3.5 to 7.5, and we want the trust of the English customers. And it's a time for Isuzu to extend our customers above 10, 12, 15 and 18 tons.
Isuzu recently made life easier for urban warriors by making its Knees 2 Easy Shift 2-pedal auto box standard on all NQR 7.5 tonners and NPR 6 tonners, which also feature a new cab exterior. It was unveiling time on the Isuzu stand. This NQR 7.5 tonner for Ashford Recovery featured the special one-off new concept livery designed by a select group of recovery operators in conjunction with the Road Haulage Association.